Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for being here. First, I want to say if you haven't already, please subscribe. Click the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any new videos coming out. And today, I want to kind of talk about how to prepare for either a loss of a partner who is typically your household manager, or maybe if they fall ill, on how to prepare for managing things on your own in the event that something happens. Okay, so I'm gonna be going in my notes to look into my phone. So if you notice me looking down, that's what I'm doing. And so first, I will say that in most households, there is typically one person who is managing the household. Now, what that means is this person is the one that is paying all the bills, doing the grocery shoppings, arranging doctor appointments, things like that, taking care of all of the day-to-day nuances of the home, for the home. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are the sole provider or the breadwinner of the home. It just means that they're the one coordinating everything to make sure that everything gets done, so that when you turn the lights on and off, they're gonna work. Okay, so if something were to happen to that person, where they can no longer fulfill that role, or they pass and are no longer here, and you need to take care of stepping into that role, it's already going to be hard enough as it is, mourning the loss of that person or helping care for that person if they fall ill. The last thing that you want to be is lost, scrambling, trying to figure out how to continue your household functioning. Okay, so the first thing that I would recommend is getting a will. A will be very important because it will lay out all of the things that you and or your partner want in a time like that, what they would want. So you don't have to wonder, would they want flowers? Would they want something big? Would they want, do they want to be cremated? Do they want to be buried? Whatever the terms may be, you don't have to argue with family members who may think differently. This is what this person wanted, and this is what it is. It's all laid out. Now, I know wills may not be in some people's budgets today. Everything is really expensive. So what you can do is start off with maybe getting something notarized, a notarized letter, or at the very least, discuss it with your partner and maybe just jot it down and just have it for future reference. If you guys are legally married, your husband or wife will be able to arrange those things on your behalf anyway. But it would just be best to have the will so that you don't have to go through probate court, which is the judge, dispersing of the assets, et cetera, et cetera. Another thing that's really important that you want to do is discuss and have it legally drawn up, on what you would want to happen to your children should something happen to the both of you, right? So who is going to take care of the kids? Who is going to take care of the pets? Those are things that you need to discuss now. Lay that out and get it out the way so that it's taken care of, and you don't have to worry about that at the time of need where the person is either sick or no longer here. Okay, another thing that you guys should go over together is taxes. Usually the household manager is probably the person who is taking care of that, gathering the documents, collecting everything that needs to be collected, and either sending it over to the professional or preparing it themselves. And so if you're the person who is not really involved in that, you should sit with your partner and go over, watch, just observe what they do to see what needs to be collected and where does it go. Do you have a consistent tax person that you go to? Do you have an accountant? Do you have a CPA? What are the nuances of it all, and how to go about doing it yourself if you had to. Maybe you try and they sit and supervise and direct you from there so that you can learn. I'm not saying that you should take over these roles and positions, but what I am saying is that it's very crucial for you to know how to do it so that if you needed to, you can do it. Even if you are not as fresh in it, at least you've done it and it doesn't feel like such a huge hurdle to overcome if you've never done it or seen it before. Now, another thing that would be helpful to do is to shadow them on a day-to-day basis, right? This person is doing all of the grocery shopping. They're probably scheduling all of the doctor's appointments, remembering, who's due for what physicals, who's due for what dental exam, who's due for braces tightening on what schedule. So it would be very important to watch how to do it. The last thing you want is to have to worry about, oh, well, what is the doctor's name again? Where, and this is not to bash anybody or say that parents or partners aren't as involved, even though that may be the case for some. But there are some people who work a lot or who take care of other things and they don't have the time to maybe come to the doctor appointments. Maybe they know the location of it, but they don't know the doctor's name, or vice versa. Maybe, go over the teacher's name of your child. Maybe your partner knows where the school is, knows what the teacher looks like, but doesn't remember his or her name. So these are things that you should jot down so that your partner has that information. And so how does your partner pack the lunches for the kids? Some schools have rules on certain things that can and cannot be served for snack or lunches. So maybe you're like, oh, well, a yogurt is simple enough. We can pack a yogurt. Maybe the school doesn't want you to bring in a yogurt cup with a spoon because it makes a mess. Maybe they want yogurt pouches, or, if you're going to bring fresh fruit, don't bring a whole apple. It has to be cut, or, whatever the circumstances may be. And it seems small and trivial now, but it's not something that you're going to want to have to wonder or think about or have come back to you that you didn't do properly when you're mourning. How about doing household laundry? How does that person wash the clothes? Maybe this person does the laundry so well, everybody loves how their clothes smell, feel, the way that the laundry is done. So you observing how it's done, you're able to upkeep that, so not too much change has to shift while you're going through that transition of the absence of your household manager. Go with them to the grocery store, go down the aisle, see what they look for. How do they prepare the list? How do they decide, okay, what are we gonna have for dinner? You're shopping for the month. How do you know what to buy ahead of time and we don't even know what we're having tomorrow for dinner? What does that look like? Just again, going through all this stuff will be extremely helpful for you. Getting account information. What banks do you guys have? Do we have, just bank accounts? Do we have investment accounts, retirement accounts? Do we have real estate? What other assets do we have? List all of that down. So I say that to say that the best solution to it all would be to create a binder, which would be like your household Bible, if you will, where you include all of the information, all of the bank accounts with the account numbers and routing numbers, your utility bills accounts. How do you pay it? Do you usually pay it online? From which account do you pay? Are you on a payment plan? Do you pay a set amount? How much is that monthly amount? Where do you send it? Just everything would go in here. Something that would seem so small to you as the person who's doing it every day may seem so big to the person who doesn't do it at all. And if you are on some type of payment plan or these bills are due by certain dates, the last thing you want is for this person to be mourning and then the heat is cut off in the middle of the winter. So, having all of these details down, have passports, birth certificates, social security cards, if you're married, a marriage license. These are things you may need just to get a death certificate, right? You have to prove your relation to the person that's not here anymore. Have the life insurance policy. All of that should go somewhere like in a safe where it's not easily accessible because, of course, it has such sensitive information in there. But it's just will be extremely helpful when the time of need. If their person is sick, maybe they don't have the energy to explain where a document is. All of it is there. So from time to time, maybe a few times a year, you can shadow the person, or maybe you go online and you pay the bill yourself, or when tax season comes, you help to gather the documents so that you know what documents need to be had, and just so that you stay fresh on it. Even if your schedule doesn't allow for you to do it multiple times a year, just doing it once every so often, just so you have updated information, safe information. And don't forget to update the binder, because you may close an account or open a new account, and having all of that there will be extremely helpful. So I hope this video helps, and I hope that you don't have to experience this, but it's better to be prepared and have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Okay, so I hope you guys have a great day. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for supporting me. Please comment, like, and share, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.